infrastructure gap is big and it's widening.
A massive backlog in infrastructure in Africa.
Until the paperwork is done, the work is not finished. The job is not finished.
The DEVAC conference as a whole is always a good platform to connect on.
I think it's fantastic. You've got here a group of people that know exactly what they're talking about.
The different players within the economy are holding each other accountable. They're asking the critical questions.
Very important conference for us to have in terms of supporting the discussion around infrastructure.
Instead of just focusing on the challenges, what is the solutions that we can bring forward?
It's very interactive. You're able to speak to the audience and have feedback and have a proper interaction.
The conversations that have been had here are ones that we desperately need to be having.
It's great to see a lot of spirit here, a lot of stakeholders that are really committed to finding solutions and working together.
This is the platform that we need to share ideas in terms of how to solve infrastructure problems.
Huge opportunity to get private sector, public sector and the investment community together.
To the organizers for seeing it fit for us as government to share platform with you and share knowledge and experiences in the field of infrastructure.
It is time for us to be able to ask the difficult questions of how do we move forward? How do we actually enable the so-called acceleration of infrastructure development? How do we actually fund this infrastructure? How do we actually create the partnerships that create inclusive growth?
A solution that is sustainable, that also addresses the challenges that Africa has.
The problem with Africa is that we don't manage our knowledge.
The capacity to actually expand is there.
So if we are able to position ourselves appropriately and provide a solution to the rest of the world.
Public sector always say we can try to create an enabling environment, but we can't go beyond that necessarily in the current state that we are in.
Today we gather here to address the challenges faced by women-owned businesses and explore ways to empower women to take the lead in shaping Africa's infrastructure.
We can use it and turn it around into an opportunity to create wealth, to create and develop and build the Africa that we want to see going forward.
Give us a platform to share the progress we are making as South Africa, but also as Africa as a whole. To build a developmental state with a capacity to deliver.
We need to invest in infrastructure a lot more. So the beauty is that we are spending this time here talking about concrete action about how to realize that vision.
Where we can fit in and actually, again, make sure that there's investment and job creation in the province.
Can we use the energy that we have? Can we use the resources that we have to move a notch?
Rollout of private infrastructure and energy through the commercial industrial space.
It's in the T's and C's that we can either afford it or we can't afford it. And it's the affordability of infrastructure that we need to try and resolve.
Or the new initiative that, hydrogen specifically. So I'm here to mainly push and advocate for green hydrogen.
The concept of decarbonization and climate change, and that it is a reality, and that infrastructure development can actually respond to that.
I think we can still turn it around, but we just need the people who press send, the people who come up with the policies, and the people who actually put out the tenders to be in support of our NDP plans.
Opportunities to do business, opportunities for investment, and opportunities to grow people.
I love the robustness of the discussions at this stage, where people are raising pertinent issues and recognizing that we might be moving one step forward, but you're probably moving 10 steps back.
We have the resources and we have the technology and we have the skills. Is that how do we make it work?
Innovation, but I think one of the key issues that came up, which unfortunately was one of the last one, was water. Because without water there is no infrastructure. So that was, I think, a big takeaway for me.
We want to work with professional institutions to build the capacity of young graduates and the unemployed. And therefore, we want to partner with you in regard to ensuring the development of these young artisans and learners.
You have renewables, you have manufacturing of electrolyzer, and then you have the production, and then you have the transportation. Pipelines need to be developed.
We need to address the occupants of positions in government.
If the skills are there, Are they adequate, and are they capable of being able to do what we need to do?
So that's where most of the investment going forward is going to be into the grid, is going to come through renewable energy projects, and most of that is coming through wind, some through solar, and there's a few hydro projects with some biomass.
Infrastructure investment is a key tool to improving productivity, stimulating economic growth, generating decent jobs, addressing inequalities and building resilience.
Let us start reaching out to decision makers of our organizations, to policy makers, wherever it is that you're reporting from.
If you have too much wind, you don't want to waste it. So what do? Convert it to hydrogen. Keep hydrogen for when the sun don't shine, wind don't blow. You can take the hydrogen, put it back into your system through your electrolyzers.
The demand for hydrogen is high, and the export world has recognized this.
But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done to get us moving fast.
Also, how we facilitate and support, is public institutions to actually enable the economy to grow.
The changes in the climate, there's more rains, more heavy rains that are causing damage in infrastructure. Are we prepared enough?
Can we not make it green and export it? So we've got this great potential, and it's just a matter of then how do we encourage everyone to then, see the same vision?
It's great to see the readiness and the willingness of the industry and of government to make things better and to make things work.
Positive and forward-looking, and we appreciate there are a lot of opportunities to improve our situation.
Water can learn from energy, and energy can learn from water and transport. So there is an interactiveness that you understand what goes on. Africa got huge potential.
We therefore look forward to work with institutions such as DEVAC in the infrastructure development. We must dare to invest in the future. The future is determined by what we do. If we don't invest in infrastructure today, that will have huge impact in the future generation.
How do we take ownership of something that we have? We have access to that resource. We have access to the source of energy.
We need to spread more, that we get more people and more investors, and we need to build on this good initiative.
But we have to wake up very fast, and we have to take advantage of where we are in terms of access to that resource.
Investing in the future, when it comes to infrastructure, it is investing now and ensuring that the construction takes place now. I thank you.
See you at DEVAC 2024.
Absolutely.
Get Infrastructure 2024.
See you in 2024.
DEVAC Infrastructure 2024.
I'll see you at DEVAC.
Definitely.
2024.
See you at
DEVAC 2024.
You all and more.
Definitely I will participate.
Look forward to it.